Hello everyone. Today's going to be the movie spoiler review of Spider-Man 2, directed by Sam Raimi and stars Tobey Maguire and Alfred Molina. So here we go. So first of all, this will be a spoiler review, so we're going to talk about spoilers, in-depth spoiler reviews about this movie. I'm not going to do pros and cons, but we are going to do a rating on the movie, and also a rating on the last movie as well, which I haven't done, which I forgot to do. So yeah, first of all, I love this movie. So this movie is so well done. It's one of my favorite Spider-Man movies, live action movies really, and I love how they do it. So yeah, um, as a lot of people don't know, some people do know me, and no people does know me. I'm a huge Sam Raimi fan. Love Sam Raimi's work. I love his. Even some of his bad movies are still fun to watch. I really enjoy Sam Raimi. So yeah, love the recreation of Doc Ock. Love the way they do the operating room. Very Evil Dead. I love it with the chainsaw, which is kind of weird. The chainsaw, the nerds getting pulled with the nails. That was very Evil Dead. People, you see shadow. You don't see a lot of things. You just hear screams and shadow, and then shadows of the doctors or the nurses getting getting basically getting killed by the arms. And while the arms are doing all this, Doc Otto is like sedated. I love this so much. I love how the arms are like creatures. They're mechanical, but they're like creatures. I love how they talk to Otto, and Otto talks to them like they're hydras or like they're snakes, kind of like Cleopatra almost, but on his back. I love the way they do it. I love how he just goes back and forth, kind of like with Norman Osborn, Green Goblin, first one. Very similar, except he's a scientist. He's a scientist, but he's also a good scientist. He's trying to make his work better. Harry Osborn hires Otto and to make these arms do things that humans cannot do. Basically, go in like basically do stuff that humans cannot. It's extremely dangerous and maybe lethal. So he made these arms to actually do some good things, scientific things and whatever. It's a cool project. The problem is it goes wrong because his chip in his back just breaks, and then the arms control him. The arms control. He can't control the arms because he controlled the arms before all this. He can't control the arm control, and then he basically becomes like this monster. I love it how they do it, and so menacing, so cool. Bring the horror element to it. I love very much how they do it. Um, Peter Parker, I love the way they do Peter Parker juggling his life. When he gets to lose his powers, he loses powers sometimes, and he finally loses powers, and he realizes what's going on. He has a vision going in a car with Uncle Ben before Peter leaves and goes, and there's like a vision of him and Uncle Ben talking. I love this. And Uncle Ben tells him, "Said from great power comes great responsibility." He looks at Uncle Ben and said, "Uncle Ben, I can't. I'm done. I don't want to be Spider-Man anymore." And then of course he quits. He quits being Spider-Man. Quits being Spider-Man, and his life gets better somehow. He gets better. He has to wear glasses. He looks skinnier. He looks like a nerd, more like a nerd, like the before he gets spider powers. In the first one, very similar, like a nerd, a smart, a genius, great at classes, good at a lot of stuff. And he tries to go out with Mary Jane, but here's Mary Jane is actually going to get engaged and get married because he got invited by JJ to meet JJ's son, an astronaut, who's going to marry someone, and he's marrying MJ. Breaks his heart, and that's kind of where he just like gives up. He just gives up and says, "You know what? I just give up. I can't get the girl of my dreams. I can't do what stuff I can do. My life's getting worse. I might as well just like do what I wanted to do." And he does a great job of it. The problem is around him, a lot of stuff around happen. A mugging happens in the alley. Doesn't do anything about it. He just leaves. He just leaves. He doesn't do. He leaves a man getting mugged and he just leaves. Burning building happens, and he actually goes in the burning building. He tried to use spider powers, can't do it because gives up. And then of course tries to save a child. He does save a child. But he almost dies by doing it. Gets out of the building, and they also hear that an older man in narcolepsy slept and burned to death. Sadly, so he left the man dying. Sadly, so he felt like, why am I losing these powers? Well, Uncle Ben told him that great power comes great responsibility. He is not using his powers responsible enough to become a hero. And he's not. He's not. He is not using it for good. He's using it for nearly like fame almost. Fame whatever, and it's not working. It's not working on him very well. That's why the powers are slowly dying on him. And I love that. I love how they do it. And then, of course, Peter has to like fight off Doc Ock. He has to fight off Doc Ock while this is going on. Aunt May gets captured up in the building, in the bank, up in the building. Love this fight. The fight scenes are way, 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 way better than the first one. Way better. They're not cartoony. They're not Power Ranger-esque. They're practical. They're not too practical. They feel like they're in the comic. I feel like when you read panels from a comic, Spider-Man comic, feels like you actually are in the fight scene. Feels like you're actually watching the fight happening from the panels. I love that. Love how they do it. The action, the better. The hitting, the better. I love how they do it. And Doc Ock is way scarier than Green Goblin is. Way scarier in fights when he fights Spider-Man in this very much. The train, I love the train scene where he actually has to save the train. So basically, Doc Ock basically breaks the brake of the train and says, "Save the train." Leaves. He kidnaps MJ. He kidnapped MJ. He leaves, and then basically he has to save the train. Well, this is where he gets spider powers back because he saved MJ from getting killed in a cafe, and then of course Doc Ock kidnaps her. He kidnaps her and has to try to save her. He has to fight in the train. They're in the train. So then he has to stop the train. He has to use his powers. And I love how they do it. It's very similar to like a lot of stuff, but they do a great job. So he basically webs the walls of the building and tries to like webs it like who knows how many times and try to hold as strong. He's strong, very, very strong, very strong. How strong Spider-Man is almost godlike. Not too godlike like Superman or Wonder Woman. Almost pretty close, almost godlike. Later in the comics, he has like godlike, like strong powers almost later on in the comics. And he just holds the train, tries to save the train. He does it while he's unmasked. So people know who he looks like. Everyone's subway knows what he looks like. And of course, it's a great scene when Spider-Man gets saved the train and gets lifted by these people in the subway. And then it's a great scene. Love the scene very much. But Harry Osborn wants Peter back. Wants Spider-Man alive because he knows Spider-Man killed Peter. Doc brings Spider-Man to Harry, and Harry unmasks him and realizes Peter. Says, "Why? My father's." He says he could kill MJ. I'm sorry. I have to leave. I have to save the world. Save MJ. I'm sorry. And Harry's like, "But why?" He says, "I'll talk to you later. I'll tell you later. But right now I have to save the world." Goes to save the world. Goes up to save the world. Stops what's going on. This is a great fight scene, and also a good way to like show the true emotion between Doc Ock or Otto and Peter. Because Peter knows Otto. Peter knows Otto very, very well, but he doesn't know him quite like what he is now when he gets the arms. Has a fight with them. He saves Mary Jane. He tries to like stop the reactor, and of course they can't. And then Otto says, "No, I'll do it. I'll sacrifice myself. I'll drown it. I'll put him in the ocean. That's all I can do." And he says, "Leave. Just leave. Go. Leave. Save the world. Whatever you can do." He does. He does sacrifice his life. He dies. He literally just strikes the actor with the arms and then takes it down with himself in it. Now, this is where the movie kind of like ruins. I'm not a fan of the ending because the ending of the movie. Parts of the film, there's parts of the movie I really like. There's parts of the movie in the end of it I did not like, and they did not a great job of doing it. MJ is not a good person. In the comics, MJ is kind of a wild card, kind of a wild child almost. Like she wants a party, she's the girl next door and all that kind of stuff. She's a model, she's an actress, and she's a main actress. But Peter can't make it to her shows. Well, there's a scene where MJ is kissing JJ's son. He kisses him upside down because he believes, I think that's Spider-Man, but I don't know. He kisses him and nope, it's not him. So well, who could it be? Of course, finds out, when he saves her in the end of the film, it's Peter is Spider-Man. And of course, she's about to get married to JJ's son. Well, she abandons the wedding, leaves the wedding, and then basically leaves JJ's son just sadly in shambles. I hate that very much. and she has to go back to Peter. She runs back to Peter in the apartment and tells him, I love you so much. I want to be with you and whatever. And then sirens happen and he has to like save the world. And he tells her, well, go get him, Tiger. And he does. He goes, becomes Spider-Man, goes to get him to him. And then this scene I like because did she make a good thing? Well, of course she didn't. She left a good man because J.J. Jones' son's not a bad dude. If you don't know who J.J.'s son is, J.J.'s son's an astronaut. And he's also the astronaut that actually brought in the symbiote from Venom, the black symbiote from space. It's not in the third film, which makes no sense at all. Now, why I put in the movie? I love the character, how they put this in there, but I hated the way they did the end. I hated the way they didn't put him in the third one. They just didn't do that very well at all, period. And MJ's realizing, did I do the right thing? He's like contemplating on it. Like, you can see in her eyes. She's like, did I do a good thing? Of course she didn't. She's in a wedding dress. Even the actress, Kirsten, doesn't. No, she did a terrible thing. She did a horrible thing. She's a horrible person. She left a man on the altar who was a good man, actually. A good man, a good person, really cared for her. But she really didn't care for him. More care for Peter because Peter's Spider-Man. And that's kind of where the third movie kind of goes off in this. And then we find out Harry Osborn has a talk with the Mirror. And it's Harry. It's not Norman Osborn. It's Green Goblin as Harry Osborn, telling, "Avenge me, avenge me." And he froze. He froze. I can't remember what it was. He froze something at the Mirror, breaks, and then he sees the lair, the secret lair. It's kind of silly, but I like it. Very Power Ranger, almost very Power Ranger. Kind of brings the first movie, kind of. I love it. And then we see the mask, we see the glider, we see the bombs. Harry's going to become Green Goblin. Sadly, the third movie does a terrible job of Harry becoming Green Goblin. We'll get to that in the third film next time, probably. Hopefully, let's see. We'll see how it does. Overall, the movie's good. I like the movie very much. A couple things I didn't like the movie at all, but overall, the movie did a good job. And love the villain very much. Love how the story is. The Spider-Man stuff's great. I love he quits being Spider-Man. He becomes Peter Parker as Peter Parker. And then he gets his powers. Finally back and he realizes he's doing a good thing. Saves the world. And stops Doc. I hate the way Spider-Man movies, both Spider-Man 1 and 2, kill off the main villain. I hate that. Bring the villain back. Either bring him in prison, put him in prison, whatever, bring the villain back. They kill off both villains. They kill off Green Goblin or Norman Osborn, and they kill off Doc Ock. They could have brought Doc Ock in the third film or later movies or whatever. They didn't do that, sadly. They do it later, like in another film in the future, which is really good. They do a great job of bringing it back, but overall, I like the idea of how they kill off the villains. And that's kind of a problem I have with the movies. But overall, the movie did a good job of like portraying Spider-Man, Doc Ock, the mixing lives, whatever it happens to. And yeah, it's a great film. I really enjoyed this movie very much. And I'm going to give this movie an 8.5. Now, I give the last movie, I didn't have a rating yet. Spider-Man 1, I give that one 7.5. It's a good, fun, popcorn, action, superhero film. Great origin story. This is a good sequel. The way they use, how can Spider-Man use his powers? He doesn't. He loses them, and now he has to fight off against this foe that he knows, that he works, that he wants to work with. And yeah, it does a great job of doing it. And I love how they do Doc Ock. I love how they do the fight scenes. I love how they do the action. I love the ending of him and Doc Ock talking. I love it very much how they do it. So yeah, I personally love this movie. I recommend if you want to see this movie again, go see it again. It's great. I think to me, it still holds up. I love it very much. I give the movie an 8.5 out of 10. Really fun, entertaining movie. Very good, really well done of what it's supposed to do and all that. If you're a Spider-Man fan, you'll love this. If you haven't seen Spider-Man 2, go see Spider-Man 2. I highly recommend it. If you like the first one, you'll love the second one. Third one, we'll get to the third one. We'll see how the third one. We'll get into the third one. But overall, number 2, I recommend it. Highly recommend to see the movie. 8.5 out of 10. That's what I'll give it. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy this review, y'all. Thank you for watching. And leave a like, comment, subscribe to my channel for anything cool and fun, nerdy stuff in the way. And always stay safe and be awesome. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.